Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Stacy with Crafty Dragon Creations. Welcome back to the lair. It has been a little bit. I apologize. I ended up getting sick again with bronchitis. So if you've ever had it, you know that is not fun. And I'm still a little out of breath, but I wanted to get this video done while I still feel halfway human. So please forgive my breathiness and my voice, and if I cough I will try to cut that out. So I want to finish up my envelope or my paper bag journal. I have done all the decorating and everything, and we'll go through all that in a minute, but I want to do the closure real quick. So what I'm using is handles from a paper bag, and I went ahead and did the back one. It still had, you know, the cardboard on it, so I just covered it, and I even made it into a little pocket. So yeah, so that's the back one. So the front one, you can see there's no cardboard on it. Look at this, it won't even close. It's it won't stay closed. So the front one, I'm just going to put some, I got some cardstock and I cut it to fit, there we go, just inside here. So that's where it's gonna tuck. I'm gonna take this piece of paper out. But I also want to line it up with this one. So I think what I'm gonna have to do here for a minute is just take some ribbon, string. Let me find something that'll go around this. Okay, this this will work. I just want to tie it closed so that it will stay closed. Okay, so that I can get this done, because it does not like to stay. Okay. There we go. All right, so I want to line it up with this one. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and let's do this. I'm making this so hard on myself, I feel like. Okay, let's do this. I'm gonna put it the same distance. So I'm gonna go ahead and just tape this just so it'll stay. This is double-sided tape, but that's fine. Okay. So then that should be good. So then when we go to put this in here, it should match up. Okay. So then I'm just gonna take this one and glue it on real good. Let's see, I think I'll just use the Aleene's tacky glue. Get lots of glue on there. So if you have a handle and you've already taken off, you know, this cross part, you can always put it back on. Get lots of glue on there. Okay. And this glue kind of takes a minute to stick, so we'll give it a second here to connect, and of course the tape on there I think might help a little bit. I don't know. Might be too wet now. Okay. So there's that. Go ahead and kind of get around the handle there. All right, so pull this down. So this is going to go right inside here. And then we'll have a little handle. Now, yeah, I think I'm going to glue it to the back side like this so that we have, you know, the envelope part. Because if I glued it to the front side, we'd have to put, well, actually, that might not be bad. That might be better. Okay, I'm going to glue it to the front side. And then when we go to put our little paper in here, it'll go behind it. Okay, we're going to do that. So, I think, okay, yeah, we're going to use this glue again. Get it on there real good. Lots of glue. I'm usually not very heavy on my glue, but I really don't want this to come off. Okay. So then we're just gonna slide that in there. And I'll just go right to the top. I don't want to glue that together. Okay, I'm gonna take this off now. Just gonna take a little card in there so it doesn't glue to the other side of the bag there. Make sure that's in there nice and good. Slide it down a little bit. There we go. Yay. All right, so then we'll have like a little bag. And I might still go ahead and put a ribbon round to tie this closed. I thought about putting, you know, something here, but I don't know yet. I'll wait till this is good and dry first. All right, so now let's do the flip through. So as you saw, I just had this little piece of paper. I just kind of stamped on it, and I just had it in here. And, you know, with a journal like this, there aren't, you know, writing pages. So to just put some paper in a pocket, you know, that's fine. You just want something to write on. It doesn't have to be a journal card or a tag. You can just put some paper in there. All right, so we have that. I did add some trim to this, mostly just to kind of hide that, you know, made in Taiwan thing. But I just love this paper, so I didn't cover it up. But you know, the end user might want to. So there's that. And then I have a little card in here. And then I have this little envelope in this one. And then there's a little, this is a die cut that I had, so I just kind of made it a little little journal card. And we have a little card here. And I just obviously used an index card and just grunged it up a bit. There is a pocket here, and I just have some of the leftover little fussy cuts that I didn't use. And then we have this page here. And we have a big pocket here, so I just made paper to write on. Nothing super special. Here I made a card. This is a die cut. I really just wanted to try the die cut, and I really liked it, so I used it in this journal. So we just put that there. I put some burlap on the end of this, and you could hang charms and stuff off of here, you know, using like those bulb clips. I meant to do that and forgot. This side of the pocket, I made another journal card. I did some embossing, or used the embossing folders, you know, and just lightly inked around it. Made a little collage. So, journal card there. Here we have just a little tuck, and then I just made a little, this can be a writing space, and then you can just write some extra little secret stuff on there. A little tag there. So I just put a little belly band on this side. Here we have a little pocket down here, just a little tag. And there's also a pocket up here. So again, I just took, you know, one of those pages from my kit, and this was a leftover. Put a cute little stamp on it, and you can write on that. So it doesn't have to be, and it's just, you know, paper. Doesn't have to be anything special. Just something to write on. And then here I did the slotted things. So I made tags to go in there, and they're all, you know, they get shorter and shorter as you go. So got those in there. I didn't decorate them or anything, so whoops. Usually when I use one of these types of slotted things, I don't really like to decorate too much because it will get all stuck. As I struggle to get this out. Okay, there we go. But anyway. Since they're hidden, you can write on the front and the back. Here I just made a little writing card. Made a little belly band out of that little dude. And I just made a little journal card for this side with a little tuck spot. Here I just have this pretty page. Put some edging on there, some trim. There's a pocket up here. Again, this is one of my pages, just cut down to size so it can be written on. And then I just have a little pocket here, a little tag. And then I just kind of decorated this up, and there's a pocket there. And then there's a pocket here, and I did make a little card for that. Here is the 3 pocket thing. I added some trim at the top here, just to kind of decorate it up a little bit. But there's 2 pockets, so there's, I don't know if you can see. Okay, so there's this one back here, and then this front cover is a pocket. So I made a tag for that. It says, "The earth has music for those who listen." I'm sorry if you can hear that coughing in the background. That is my wife. She is sick too. But So then we have this tag, and it goes in this back pocket. And I made this tag. This says, "It is in the still silence of nature where one will find true bliss." So there's that one. And then we have this one back here. Get back in there. And then finally we have this one. "Nothing is more beautiful than the loveliness of woods before sunrise." So there's that. And I just used some die cuts. And then there's this one back here. And then on this side, I just decorated it with some fun die cuts. And then we have this here where I just put in, I had this it was going to be part of a signature for another journal that I apparently never made. So I just, tuck that in here for some writing space, and there's plenty of room for more in there. This side we have our little cards we can write on, and we can write in between there. I added some trim. This just have a little pocket. Whoops. I have a couple little journal spaces on there. And then we have this one. So there's a little journal space here. A little tag there. And then there's also a pocket here, and you can put something in. And I just decorated that with some die cuts. There's another pocket, and I just put a folded up piece of paper in there. This has been coffee dyed and sprayed on and all that fun stuff. Oh, and also we have this, so you can either write on it or use it to decorate some more of the journal. And then we have this bag, which I don't have anything in. And then we have this side. I love this page. I love that. Then we have this pocket here, and I made a journal card. This is just one of the pages from the kit, and I just stenciled on some lines. This is removable, so it's just like a little extra hidden paper clip. Again, there's lots more room in there to put more writing. Have this belly band, and I just put a piece of paper in there. I thought this was really, really pretty. This is some trim I got from Karen at Creative Paper Artisan. I don't know if she still has her shop up, but I thought that would be really pretty. These, I glued these two down because they, obviously fall over, but I thought that was really cool. And just put some paper in there. And then here I made some stacked pockets. So we have a big tag there. And then this tag. And then this one. And then we also have a pocket here. Another little journal card. And this top layer is vellum, and as you can see the glue from where I glued it on the cardstock, but I thought that looked really cool because it kind of mimics what's going on the page. I mean, this almost could look like it was, glued down and the glue is showing through. So I actually thought that looked kind of neat. When I first did it, I was like, oh man. But then I got to looking and I was like, okay, actually that's kind of cool. So that is my thought process on that. And then here we have this big mushroom house tuck spot and just a piece of paper. Then here we have, this could be like an actual, you know, writing page. And then it just flips over, and then we have this tag here. I thought that was really cool. That came out really nice. And then you can also write, you know, on there. Also, another pocket, and I have more of the journal pages. This one I just left as a whole page. So, of course, lots more room for more writing. And then I have just a little tag there, a little journal card there. Here we have this little flip thing full of goodies. So there's a journal card there. Get that in there. I love that eyeball. And then on this side, we have a pocket there, and I just have a piece of paper in there. Here we have these two little things. I did not make these into pockets. I thought I made that into a tuck. I don't know what, I think I was going to, and I just didn't. I don't know. It's just kind of a fun little thing, but that can be cut open and made into a pocket. This one down here I did make into a pocket. And then there's that. And then I did glue a piece of the journal page on this bag. Then of course inside, more of the kit. Lots more room for more paper. And then here we have a cute little journal card for this pocket. And then in here I just have again a piece of paper. If I can get this back in here. There we go. And then the very last one, but just a plain Jane card in there. I think I just put this in there so I would remember that that was a pocket. But yeah, here we go. This is so fun. I love the noises that it makes, and I mean, this can obviously just expand, you know, can become a huge gator mouth, but I really enjoyed this. I enjoyed, you know, kind of not having pages. Does that make sense? And I had to get creative, you know. So yeah, this was really fun. I hope you guys make something like this. I would love to see what you do. I know a lot of people have made paper bag journals, and there's so many different ways to do it, and yeah, and then everyone's is different. So how fun. I actually kind of like this. This is the hem of, I don't know, something, a pillowcase or something. And I might actually just use it. Just to kind of hold it down. I don't know. I might use something else. Just put a loose knot, and we'll just use it. There we go. Done. But then you can carry it, or you can hang it, you know, because it's not going to sit on a shelf very well. So you can hang it. That's cute. Bring this down just a little bit so we can see our little fairy girl. All right, guys, there we go. Our Elven Core paper bag journal. I really enjoyed this. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this journey. I really appreciate it. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. I would appreciate that as well. And yeah, we're getting ready to start another journal. I have some ideas in mind it's just deciding which one to do first because I want to do them all. Yeah, so if you want to follow me, please subscribe. My link tree is down below, so you can follow me on all my other social media platforms. And until the next one, bye-bye.